Kimberly Moore, and I teach at Westminster High School, and today's lesson will focus on comparing different online resources. As we get started this morning, if you could do me a favor, if you haven't already opened up and turned on and logged in, can you do me a favor and log into Canvas? To get them to this point, it's been the year-long process. So in the beginning of the year, we learned about ethos, pathos, logos, analyzing, seeing things from different viewpoints. And from there, it's just been a practice throughout the year. Because of the flexible curriculum, I've changed around the final project a bit. While it is a research project and it is based on creating an anti-bullying guide, my students are going to be creating and publishing online. I've shared with you the websites that I would like you to evaluate. I've shared with you the questions that I want you to answer on each of the different sites. You're going to deem one person to be the group spokesperson. They are going to create a document. They're going to share it with the rest of the group, and you're also going to share that document with me. Within that document, I want you to respond to all 10 questions on both websites, and then at the end, we'll come together and discuss. All right? Let me know what I can do to help you. I'm walking around if you need me. Today's lesson was to help the students prepare to start to create their own site. So what I did is I found two anti-bullying websites that are very different. One was more brochure-based and kind of written from a parent or teacher perspective. And the second one was more website-based, I would say, and it was written from the perspective more of a teenage girl. So I wanted them to see varying sources, what they looked like, possibly try to find pieces that they can use in their own writing and when they publish online.
Examples like initially.
Yeah, they give you signs that in case your student is being bullied and then what you should do. So I agree with you. I think that's kind of an area of weakness within this site for sure.
So say no.
Yeah, you're just gonna, you're gonna respond and say no. We couldn't find any clear evidence of this, and it took away from the effectiveness of the website or something like that. As you can see, we have a set of 40 Chromebooks, so everything runs digitally. There has not been one piece of paper all year, and it's been very nice. Everything is shared through an SIS, school information system. We have Google Docs that we share through. And so then it actually is much easier, I feel, for me, and grading goes much more quickly because I can leave voice memos, I can, type small comments, I can highlight text. So for me, I feel like it's, made me a much better teacher in the sense that I can speed things along but still give kids the feedback that they need. So as I search through my inbox, one thing I've noticed is that not all of you are sharing with me. So far, I only have 2 of you who have shared with me. So I have Sarah and I have Hillary's document. Everybody else, just make sure that you hit the blue share button and include me within your document as well so I can look to see your progress as you work. I think it helps students to achieve success because they truly have a voice within the class. They can talk to a partner, they can talk to a group. We have a lot of very interesting and very informative group discussions. So I think for them it creates a confidence within them. And once that seed of confidence is planted, they just continue to grow and they continue to flourish. So within the curriculum, I think by the guidelines that are set within the curriculum and given forth within the modules, I really do think it's conducive to seeing a lot of growth in students. Okay, so you should be just about finishing up with Site 1, transitioning on to Site 2.
It has an introduction with, it has bullet points like highlighting what it does. And it also has like a full definition of bullying along with the different types.
Right, and I do agree with you. I definitely think that's a positive because it makes it clear and it outlines everything directly. But have you noticed anything that might be missing from this? You don't have to complete every single activity for the students to get an enriching experience with each module. But you have the flexibility to make it your own, which is something that has really appealed to me. Okay, so if we could all come back together, what I would like to do now is I'm going to give the iPad to 2 different groups. Linda's group, I'm going to turn it over to you. What I'd like to hear from you a little bit is, number 1, what did you like and can you show us evidence of it? So let's talk about that first.
What appealed to me the most is that how the article starts out by an introduction and then it goes into what is bullying, and then afterwards it lists out the types of bullying. And I feel that we could take this and incorporate it into our website because because there are different types of bullying and people should know that.
From what I can see, it's made a world of difference. They've enjoyed the units where we've read, for example, reading Into the Wild and also reading Brave New World, but they've also loved having the option of going articles only in some of the modules as well. So it's been a nice change of pace for them. I think it's done a lot to keep them kind of from getting stuck in a rut, and it's opened their eyes to other things that they wouldn't have seen during their senior year had they just taken a literature course. Let's transition to the second site, which was the Girls Guide site. So if you guys don't mind passing the iPad over.
I liked how they had videos in every single page stating examples of how bullying takes set in schools and how one person can actually make a difference by doing a certain action to stop bullying. However, I didn't like towards young men, it doesn't really help them because it's
right.
only,
it may, in fact, alienate men,
Yeah.
Boys who are being bullied, because it is so focused and centered around girls. One of the things I wanted them to see is the work of others and how you can emulate the good things that others do and you can avoid the pitfalls and mistakes that others make. So I wanted them to kind of have a clearer sense or direction as to where they were going to go with their digital project. And I just wanted them to become more familiar with the content, maybe grow more confident as they looked at other people's work and have a sense that they could do that same thing and they could put together a project that could be useful online and that could help other students who might see it online if they're searching for anti-bullying guides.